she had her beginning right here in River Haven. When our parents were in their young 20s, they were migrants from Texas, picking tomatoes and things like that. And so my two older brothers and Yolanda were born in Texas, and their first language was Spanish. Fred was the first one born in Indiana, then I was born here in Fort Wayne. But at the beginning, they had a little kind of Depression era, kind of humble little place here in River Haven. And here she made wonderful friends with a lady named Dorothy Atkinson. Chain smoking, cursing, hillbilly, call it that. And they became lifelong friends. But then we moved not long from that to Chestnut Street, which isn't far from here. Again, in a humble kind of a building. I understand it used to be a garage, kind of a ramshackle garage. This wonderful man named Mr. Cook, he belonged to this Harvester Missionary Church. Met my mom and my mother, and as usual, he was taken by my mother and my father in our story, and he converted this shacky garage into living space. I always have a way to go off on tangents, but for me it was always a one day a week bath in a tub, and I always wondered how did she heat water for 8 boys and 1 girl. So but anyway, and then she grows up to be this teenager, and she winds up at Lutheran Hospital, and there she decides that she wants to organize the service workers at Lutheran Hospital, and she leaves them out on strike. And one famous incident from that is, who was it? The feminist Gloria Steinem came to Fort Wayne, and Yolanda was at one of her public gatherings, and Yolanda apparently went up to her and said, "Hey, you talk big about women and supporting them," and she told her about the Lutheran strike going on, and wanted Barbara Streisand to take up the cause. And I don't know what happened, other than that Barbara apparently did take some action on furthering that. So Yolanda got her beginning really, really early in social activism. And then, of course, she goes to California with her, I'll just say girlfriend, I don't like the word partner. Whatever you say that is. But anyway, Rosie and there, Yolanda went to UC Davis. And I guess she studied from time to time, but most of the time she was out, taking part in all kinds of things. The farm workers strike. She became close to Cesar Chavez and that group. She got involved in the American Indian movement, and she made the trek from California to Washington, D.C. with the Native Americans, and coming down Connecticut, I don't know what it was, Connecticut Avenue, I don't know. But anyway, so then she's, if you ever saw her scrapbook of all the headlines she made in and around San Francisco, leading this protest, leading this student outage, leading just, and then of course she moves here, moves with my mother, again over here on Rogers Street. She always seems to want to come back to here, east side. And then she can't do anything else but do some wonderful work, so she hooked up with an abused women's shelter on Chestnut Street, just right up the street from where our old house used to be. And she did that work for a number of years until she began her Social Security and all of that. And I don't know what happened between that and your group, but she landed with this group. And as I just heard, I had no idea it was that intense, but it's pure Yolanda. She does not know how to do anything but dive in. And she's got this leadership persona, this gravitational force that seems to attract people to her. And so we're brothers. we're so proud, and we are so amazed that at the end of her life, well, I think about her. Yolanda, unlike a lot of us, we do things because they're good for us. We're told, well, you should get married. It's going to be good for you. You should have children. It'll be good for you. You should go to school. It'll be good for you. All these things are good for you, but you don't often think of the purpose. Where did the impetus come from? And so that's one thing about Yolanda. She didn't do this for her to have this honor. She didn't do it for to make admirers and have all this standing. She did it because the environment, and towards the end of her life, she started thinking more about God. Not a lot, but enough to think about it. And I would ask her, so more or less like, is this about God? She said, well, no, she didn't need that. She just needed to know that this was good. And it's important to do good things, but not for how they benefit you, because they're inherently good. It's the right thing to do. So that's what I really remember about how she managed to come out here. God, I wouldn't spend out here 5 minutes with these mosquitoes. So. No, I'm not going to pick up. No, that would not be good for me. But that's what I have to say. But thank you all very much. Thank you for this honor. And we're going to be really proud to leave at this moment. So thank you very much.